SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, Superintendent of Prisons deems latest prison break embarrassing and says measures are being enforced to prevent other escape attempts. Barbados government to introduce new anti-corruption legislation soon. U.S. President denounces impeachment investigation against him as a coup. And in sports, 3 candidates shortlisted for the position of full-time head coach for West Indies men's team. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Wednesday, October 2nd, 2019. I am Yvette Boynes with the details. One day after murder-accused Veron Primus escaped from Her Majesty's prison and 4 prison wardens were taken into custody for questioning in relation to the prison break, measures are being enforced at the prisons to prevent other escape attempts. This is according to Superintendent of Prisons Brenton Charles, who told SVG-TV News today that himself and staff at the prisons were put in an embarrassing situation and are working to ensure no other prisoner escapes under their watch.
First of all, yesterday was an awfully embarrassing day for us, and it's also been a great teaching tool for us as well. As of today, we are ensuring that from here on, all our protocols, security-wise, have been followed, so that we can ensure that this sort of thing doesn't reoccur again in our prisons.
Superintendent Charles apologized to the public for the incident and said he has taken in good faith the criticisms being leveled against him and the staff at the prisons from the public.
I want to thank the public, really. I mean, they're keeping a very close and constant eye on us, really. I mean, sometimes it's critical, it's hard, but we're appreciative of all the comments, really, because we got to take from them the good and the bad and help to use it to improve our own security, in the prisons, actually.
Up to news time, 4 prison wardens who were picked up last evening for questioning were still in police custody as the police continue their investigations into the prison break. There are cameras monitoring the daily activities at Her Majesty's prisons, both at Kingston and Belle Isle. SVG-TV News understands that video footage from these cameras at the Kingston prison where the incident occurred are being used to assist the police with their investigations. There are over 220 prisoners housed at Her Majesty's prisons in Kingston, and according to Superintendent Charles, there are just over 130 prison officers in the system.
The staff in total is 139 people in staff. We are not at maximum at this point in time. But having said that, not being at maximum, it doesn't give us an excuse for the embarrassment that was caused. Whether we are at maximum or not, sufficient that we are on duty, people are at work. There are certain protocols that we have to follow, basic routine things, and as long as we do those things, put them in place, we could avoid incidents like what happened.
Earlier today, the accused murderer Varon Primus, who is on remand at Her Majesty's prison, appeared in court and pleaded guilty to the charge that he escaped from lawful custody. He was jailed for 16 months for the offense. After a manhunt was launched for him yesterday, Primus is said to have contacted lawyer Jomo Thomas about his whereabouts, who reportedly met him at the grammar school playing field in the Richmond Hill area. He was handed over to the police at the headquarters in Kingstown. Primus, 32, is awaiting trial at Her Majesty's prisons for the 2015 fatal stabbing of real estate agent Charlene Graves and the 2016 kidnapping of Moana Hathaway. He was deported from the U.S., where he lived for 18 years and where he was indicted in 2016, 10 years after the 2006 cold case strangulation of Brooklyn teen Chanel Petro Nixon. Police are investigating the death of George Coburn Samuel, a resident of Evesham, whose body was discovered on Tuesday night. According to reports, the 59-year-old farmer was last seen by villagers and family members on Sunday night. Samuel's body was discovered on Tuesday night in a shallow grave behind his house. SVG-TV News understands that Samuel's 20-year-old son was taken into police custody this morning for questioning in relation to his father's death. In a Facebook post today, Area Representative St. Clair Jimmy Prince said Evesham and indeed all of Mariquois mourned the sad passing of George, whom he described as a community man. Preparations are said to be well underway for a National Day of Prayer to be held on Monday, 7th October, under the theme, Giving Thanks at 40, to officially commence activities to mark this country's 40th anniversary of independence. The event will be hosted by the National Day of Prayer Committee in collaboration with the Ministry of Ecclesiastical Affairs. Among the activities scheduled for the day are workplace devotions, school devotions, prayer visits to state institutions, interactive on-air prayers via radio, social media poster prayer, diaspora prayer hour. The day's activities will culminate with a prayer rally at Heritage Square from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The committee says the objective of the National Day of Prayer is to unite the nation in prayer. The Renewal at 40 Committee, which is spearheading the month-long independence celebration activities this year, is hoping to promote a sense of national pride among all Vincentians here and abroad. At a media conference today, coordinator of the Renewal at 40 Committee, Elvis Charles, said it is time all Vincentians embrace SVG as their own, and there is no better time to do so than this 40th independence anniversary.
Renewal at 40 celebrates our 40th year of independence from Great Britain, and we are hoping to do it with much pomp, fashion, and style, making it participatory where all Vincentians can participate. We are trying to provoke that spirit of patriotism, love for country, where persons can show ownership, own St. Vincent. It is such a pleasant song to the ears when you hear people boast about their country and showing ownership for their country. I want, again, as we say, refocus. I want Vincentians again. We want Vincentians to start owning this country again and not leaving it to a few individuals to manifest that ownership.
Head of the Decorating Committee, Julian Pollard, said the decoration of Capital City Kingstown has already started and that key attention would be paid to 4 public buildings.
To be from Richmond to Fancy, all the way down to the bottom of the Grenadines and the top of the Grenadines, every nook and cranny, every gutty track, every highway in St. Vincent is going to experience Renewal at 40, visually and heartfelt. Special emphasis would be placed on the financial complex, the courthouse, the ministerial building, the market, and these buildings would be lit from the ground with mood lighting that would basically reflect the colors of our national flag on the buildings. So we can look forward to that. That is a new innovation, and I know that would create an atmosphere. The committee is also appealing to the commercial house.
Celebration activities will also include the annual Modongo Festival, Invest SVG's Everything Vinci Expo, Greg's Community Wild Meat and Breadfruit Festival, essay competitions, a national wear competition, a motorsports extravaganza, an agri expo, and the Sion Hill Pan Jamboree. There will also be celebration activities in the diaspora supported by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Cultural Officer Anthony Thibbles said he is pleased with the month-long activities, which include an independent song competition.
One song per participant, and on the 12th we will do a preliminary round. On the 12th you can either just let your CD be played, or you can arrive in person with one accompanying instrument and present your song that way. The finals will be within the Everything Vinci Expo on the 27th. Right. I want to highlight the fact that there are 2 exhibitions happening in the month of October. The first one is the agricultural exhibition, which runs from the 16th to the 19th, and it is taking place at the old airport E.T. Joshua area in Annesville.
The Independence Military Parade will be held at Victoria Park on Independence Day, Sunday, October 27th, after which there will be a street parade. Richmond Vale Academy embraces its history-making 100% renewable energy operation. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones, and that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. At the New Haven Funeral Home, we desire to impact positively in the industry because we recognize that a greater part of what we do is not just quality caskets or quality coffins, but quality service. We hold ourselves to a higher standard. This standard extends to all areas of our work. We accommodate all clients, regardless of circumstance, all without compromising quality. I actually get this question a lot. And although it's not the most glamorous of jobs, I love it. Because we get to help people. We get to help families when they need it the most.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories.
C-Star Limited is now located on the 3rd floor of the First St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Yo.
kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionsSVG.org.
Singer is your family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Because we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jake's Kitchen, you don't keep up with the neighbors. Oh no, the neighbors better keep up with you.
Welcome back. As the effects of climate change take its toll on the environment and increasing energy demand locally, regionally, and internationally, green technology such as renewable energy is being examined and used to produce electricity and deliver it reliably. In SVG, the Technical College and St. Vincent Electricity Services Limited, VINLEC, have been using the on-grid or grid-tied solar systems to help reduce fossil fuels and to provide clean energy. One institution has, however, gone one step ahead in the use of renewable energy. The Richmond Vale Academy created history by producing 100% of its energy needs using both the grid-tied and the off-grid system. SVG-TV's Barvin Oliver tells us more about this accomplishment in this report.
The Richmond Vale Academy has made a name for itself, advocating for sustainable use of natural resources as a means to combat the impacts of climate change. The Academy was recently awarded the prestigious Social Enterprise Award at the concluded Sustainable Tourism Conference. And though it has taken 4 months longer than anticipated, the Academy recently announced that it's now using 100% renewable electricity. Director of the Academy, Stina Herberg, said while there were some challenges relating to funding and learning how the technology works, their perseverance paid off. She said the Academy is willing to share its knowledge and experience with renewable energy with anyone.
The building we are in right now has 120 modules. It's another name for solar panels, but the professionals like to call it modules. So it's 120 of them on this roof. They are connected to a battery bank, and here we produce enough energy for the dormitory and you can say cafeteria building. This building and system here is off-grid. Then off-grid systems is more complicated than on-grid. So, as we are an institution who would like to share various models and see what we can do that people can come and learn and get inspired and find the ways how can we get on board, we wanted to have an off-grid system and we also want to have an on-grid system.
With the events of 2013 still fresh in her mind, Herberg said it is important to have backup energy systems island-wide.
So this one completed about 2 years ago, And we've had many challenges where it worked, where it didn't work, how to get the equipment, how to get the funding. Something broke, we had to replace. So it took some time. Now, to just have an off-grid solution, what I see today is not just the solution. We need off-grid systems because when climate change strikes us and we get very big floodings and hurricanes, then we get landslides. Like in 2013, we were without water, everybody in North Leeward, along with 50,000 people in St. Vincent. 50,000 people lost public water, and we lose all the electricity. So we need to have backup systems around the islands. But that is just one part of the solution.
The Academy's off-grid system uses a battery bank consisted of 120 batteries to store the solar power, which comes from the solar panels on the roof. Giving a tour of the battery room, teacher at the Academy, Jasper Friss, explained just how much power is being produced from the off-grid system.
So the electricity is going through the wires there and into these two controllers. And they are then connected to the batteries. So they are controlling how much voltage and how much amp current is going into the battery. So you can see here now, right now this unit alone is providing 43 amp into the batteries. That is actually more than what the whole island of Maro is using. Okay? So if you have a blackout, you have that sometimes, we smile, because we are not.
For SVG-TV's Evening News, I am Marvin Oliver.
This month, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank will be observing Financial Information Month. The focus of the month is on insurance, and persons will be provided with information on this topic in all Eastern Caribbean countries, including here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Speaking via a video conference on Monday, a representative of the National Insurance Service in St. Kitts Nevis, Erickson Cumberbatch, said citizens of member states of the ECCB need to plan for uncertainties, and insurance is key in this endeavor.
Financial sustenance. It means that we must be prepared to invest, and the various avenues of investment as it relates to insurance. And in this case, we speak specifically to life insurance and its various areas of investment. Therefore, there is the concept of endowment, where you put money into a fund aiming at a specific target, which you will achieve later. And there is the aspect of savings, very important. Some people don't see insurance as a vital vehicle for savings, but it has that possibility.
Cumberbatch added that a person's security is paramount, and while it may seem costly, it does pay off in the long run.
Providing for financial sustenance as life wears on and as your finances deplete, as well as the need for protection. So we combine them together, and then you have security, you have stability, and you have availability. Proverbs 1:5 says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
Here in SVG, the activities planned to observe Financial Information Month include a symposium where all persons will be informed on everything they need to know about insurance. Barbados government to introduce new anti-corruption legislation soon. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494, Ever Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grungs 453-2089.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Every girl loves curves. Curves is a girl's closest friend. When life throws you a fast curve, count on Curves for ultra confidence, ultra comfort for that time of the month. Curves ultra thin with wings, Curves regular maxi with wings, and Curves overnight maxi with wings. Super absorbent, best quality and value for money. Every girl loves Curves.
We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course, you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. We got it. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for life.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Take photos of important documents and secure them in waterproof containers or bags. Make sure to include any insurance policies, property deeds, or mortgage papers.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome to all news from the region. Barbados Attorney General Dale Marshall said the government will introduce new legislation in the coming weeks to deal with corruption. He was responding to a question about A question from Barbados today in relation to the recently released Global Corruption Barometer for Latin America and the Caribbean, which stated that 37% of Barbadians believe that corruption had increased in the last 12 months. Marshall told reporters that one such measure is a new whistleblower statute, which is more comprehensive than what is contained in the Integrity in Public Life Bill and the new Prevention of Corruption statute.
Our existing laws, dates back to 1929, and it refers to an act of corruption as a misdemeanor. So the very description of an act of corruption that is still with us today speaks volumes about the attitude that people had towards acts of corruption. But happily, those things are going to be a thing of the past. So we expect that in addition to introducing a new legal framework, there are some other things that we're going to be doing, which will see Barbados improving by leaps and bounds in terms of how we deal with corruption. The corruption treaty, the UN Treaty on Corruption, we expect to accede to that treaty before the end of the year. It should shame Barbadians to know that there are only two countries in the world that haven't acceded to that treaty, Barbados and Syria.
Masses of undocumented immigrants in the Bahamas are facing deportation in the wake of Hurricane Dorian. There are mixed views among Bahamians on the matter, which is being described as complex. Hurricane Dorian decimated two of the largest shanty towns in Abaco, and according to a 2018 preliminary assessment report, 70% of respondents on the island identified themselves as undocumented. Haiti's Minister of Foreign Affairs Keith Edmond yesterday made a direct appeal to the Bahamas government for a moratorium on repatriations for migrants impacted by the deadly storm. As we hear in this Eyewitness News report, the Bahamas Immigration Minister Ellsworth Johnson said no one will be a burden on the state.
We know who some of you are. We will be coming to your properties. Some of those persons are F&Ms, some of those persons are PLBs, and the chips will fall where they may.
Just weeks after the government made the announcement of the suspension of repatriations following Hurricane Dorian, Immigration Minister Ellsworth Johnson warned yesterday that government will enforce all immigration laws, and some ordinary citizens have no qualms with this move. According to these Bahamians, although they may be stricken with tragedy, no one is above the law.
The law's in the Bahamas, and if that's the law, it'll have to be carried out. We have shown quite a bit of compassion towards the Haitian community, but as I said, the law is the law.
It's a sad situation considering the fact that a lot of these people are suffering regardless of where they're from. But then on the flip side of it, the law is the law. I just hope that in applying the law, we would show some level of compassion.
And with this change in tone from the immigration minister, former Minister of State for Immigration Brandon McCartney says the government needs to take a firm stance on the matter so that people know they mean business when it comes to enforcing immigration laws.
I think the government needs to get a strategy together. This is an opportunity to get rid of those shanty towns. And if now the government is saying that they're going to start repatriating, good, but do it.
And while McCartney believes that the storm was the perfect opportunity for the government to deal with their immigration woes, former Parliamentary Secretary for the Bahamas Department of Immigration, Cleola Hamilton, thinks that the government should simmer down and let calmer heads prevail.
We are hurting each other, and this is not the time. When everything is settled and things happen, then we can decide how we're going to go about things. But right now, we as a people, because so much of us are interlinked, we need to try see if we can calm down a little bit before we make decisions that will hurt us in the long run.
And although it may seem like the public discourse is centered around the issue of illegal immigrants, Johnson told reporters today that there is a bigger picture.
We have been blacklisted. The Financial Action Task Force has been spoken to, and I don't want it to be condescended to just one certain segment of the community. When we go to the international community to say that we understand who is in the Bahamas, we're saying that the money launderer is not welcome. The person who may be into financing terrorism or into those activities, they're not welcome.
Johnson also noted that apprehensions have already started. Matthew Moxie, Eyewitness News.
Former Dallas police officer Amber Geiger was sentenced today to serve 10 years in prison for the fatal 2019 killing of St. Lucia native Botham Jean. Geiger shot and killed Jean when she mistakenly entered his apartment, believing it was her own. The sentence was handed down one day after Geiger was found guilty of murder. Following the delivery of the guilty verdict yesterday, Jean's mother took the witness stand against his killer, telling the court and the world about the impact her son's untimely death has had on her and her family. Here's more in this HTS News report.
Well-poised mother of 3, who was honored as a woman of grace last year by the Potter's House, shepherded by T.D. Jakes, revealed the difficulties she's faced since losing her son on September 6, 2018. She explained that since Botham's death, her health has taken a turn for the worse.
My life has not been the same. It's just been like a roller coaster. I cannot sleep. I cannot eat. It's just been the most terrible time for me. I'm not able to work, but I just try to busy myself just to see if it will get out of my head. But it's been very, very, very difficult.
Botham's mother returned to work as the Chief Executive Officer of the National Utilities Regulatory Commission in January of 2019, but not without the assistance of professional and spiritual guidance.
I've had to seek counseling every Tuesday. I have to get a therapist to come in and help. I try to pray and fast and do all sorts of things just to help me get by.
In describing the toll Botham's death has taken on his brother, she explained that her youngest son hasn't spoken much since. An outpouring of support has surrounded the Jeff family, both in St. Lucia, the region, and beyond.
The U.S. President denounces impeachment investigation against him as a coup. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Conquer the streets anytime that we do it. Struggle what we face, we have to go fight through it. Real are the real, never counterfeit. Any challenge you face, we are gonna conquer it. Conquer with love in everywhere. Unstoppable, potent energy. Conquer the world each and every day. Whether night or day, we say conquer. Conquer the energy. Conquer with the remedy. Roar like a lion. Conquer every day with conquer.
Conquer potent adult energy.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
A&A Tennis Promotion in collaboration with the SVG app and SVG Football Federation presents Accolade 3. Reflection on 1979 of the nation's 40th Ruby Independence Anniversary, paying tribute to the Right Honorable Milton Cato, the St. Vincent Cadet Force, Phyllis Burnett, Joel Miguel, Regis Sinclair Leacock, Kenneth Vibrating Skakes, Elaine Ellsworth, Shane Keane, National Football Team 79, and Elaine Liverpool at the Russell's Auditorium, Saturday, 5th October 2019 at 7:30 p.m. Showcasing dance, drama, poetry, music, and comedy. Appearing Junior Soca Monarch, Bonnie Man, Police, Drama Group, and the Yell Band, featuring the Mighty Gabby, out of Barbados. Tickets, adults you pay 30, children 15. Available at the Music Center and Games Pharmacy, Kingstown. So Saturday, October 5th, it's Accolade 3, Reflection on 1979.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to rent for functions, secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal, the cruise ship terminal.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh Laundry Detergent. Agents and distributors, Carrez Distribution Limited.
Welcome to the international news. U.S. President Donald Trump has denounced an impeachment investigation against him as a coup. A war of words between the House of Democrats and the key member of his cabinet has erupted in Washington, D.C., as more witnesses are being called to testify in an impeachment inquiry. We hear more in this report.
The President of the United States is accusing sections of his own government of attempting a coup. On Tuesday, Donald Trump tweeted, "I am coming to the conclusion that what is taking place is not an impeachment, it is a coup intended to take away the power of the people, their vote, their freedoms." The late-night tweet from the White House came after reports emerged that yet another government watchdog has agreed to meet with Congress. Steve Linick, the State Department Inspector General, will reportedly deliver an urgent briefing on Wednesday, even as the head of his agency, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, said the testimony of State Department employees was not feasible. Pompeo, a staunch Trump ally, also accused Democrats of intimidating witnesses in their fast-paced impeachment probe, while Democrats accused Pompeo of the same.
But a Senate trial itself would be incredibly damaging to President Trump because it would lay out for the American people in great detail all of the charges and all of the evidence against him and would put the president on the defensive. And he would have to answer the charges with real arguments and real analysis, not with talking about coups and civil wars and spies.
Two former state employees will testify to Congress behind closed doors. The Ukrainian envoy, who resigned last week, will give his deposition on Thursday. The former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine will have her turn October 11th. Both are mentioned in a whistleblower complaint that President Trump leveraged U.S. diplomacy to pressure Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to investigate Trump's domestic political rivals. Zelensky denied the allegation on Tuesday.
I've never felt any influence on me, and there are a lot of people in Russia, in the West, and in Ukraine who would like to influence me. But I'm the president of Ukraine, of independent Ukraine, and it seems to me that my steps so far show that it is impossible to influence me.
President Trump says the Ukrainian investigation is a hoax. He has repeatedly tried to discredit the whistleblower, an intelligence officer who remains anonymous. Trump has said said on Twitter that he wants to find out the officer's identity, even as a senior member of his own Republican Party says the whistleblower ought to be heard and protected.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, we take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Caress Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Caress Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. Then came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Now for our local weather forecast. Present conditions partly cloudy and slightly hazy. Winds east-northeast at 7 kilometers per hour. Temperature 28.6 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 75%. Barometric pressure 1011.3 millibars. 24-hour rainfall trace. Today's maximum temperature 31.2 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 27.5 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:53 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 5:54 a.m. The forecast, fair and hazy at first, becoming partly cloudy with scattered showers. And our synopsis, the tropical wave is approaching the islands.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course, you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
Welcome to the evening sports. Cricket West Indies, the CWI, has today shortlisted 3 candidates for the final stage of the recruitment process for the role of full-time head coach for the West Indies men's team. The 3 candidates shortlisted for the final interview stage who progressed from the initial interview stage, which concluded on October 1st, 2019, are Desmond Haynes, Floyd Reefer, and Phil Simmons. A total of 6 candidates participated in individual interviews lasting up to 90 minutes with the CWI interview panel. Critical areas discussed were applications of cricket-specific experience, technical knowledge, performance planning process, performance measurement, performance-driven culture, and also CWI's core values of passion, accountability, respect, integrity, and team excellence. CWI Vice President Dr. Kishore Shaloo, who is chairman of CWI's Human Resource Committee, led the interview panel, which also included CWI Director of Cricket Jimmy Adams, CWI HR Manager Unika Martin-Bird, CWI Independent Director Deborah Korat Patton, and UK-based coaching educator Gordon Lord. The next phase of the recruitment process for the head coach of the West Indies men's team is the final interview scheduled to be completed by October 11th. Meanwhile, CWI also confirmed the start of the recruitment process for selectors of the West Indies men's team panel, the West Indies women and girls teams panel, and the West Indies boys selection panel. 21 prospective candidates for the selection panels were identified by the Selection System Review Task Force, chaired by CWI Vice President Dr. Kishore Shaloo, and 18 have since confirmed their interest. The candidates have participated in a first-round exercise, which will be used to determine a shortlist for follow-up interviews. Over the years, the inter-school sports activities have been run primarily by the Ministry of Education. However, for the 2019-2020 academic year, the activities will be hosted in collaboration with the Ministry of Sports through the Division of Physical Education and Sports. This was stated at a media conference hosted yesterday, where it was also indicated that for the first term, schools across the country will compete in 3 sporting disciplines, namely football, netball, and table tennis. The inter-secondary netball tournament opens tomorrow, Thursday, October 3rd, at the Arnersville Sports Complex at 2 p.m., while the inter-secondary and inter-primary table tennis will be launched on Friday at 1 p.m. in the Old Anglican School building, and on Sunday, October 6th, the inter-secondary football tournament will kick off at the Victoria Park from 3 p.m. The inter-primary netball will open on October 18th, while inter-primary football is set to begin October 21st. Assistant Sports Officer in the Division of Physical Education and Sports, Khalil Kato, challenged the schools to create school mascots to foster more competitive competitions and a sense of identity in the schools and communities.
And it's something that I think has been missing from our sports scene here in St. Vincent, our school sports scene here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And that is for the schools to adopt team mascots. We have a few schools already doing that. I think Thomas Saunders, well, back when I was in school, the now JP Eustace Memorial, who was Emmanuel High School Kingston, they were the Emmanuel High School Bombers. Thomas Saunders are the Wild Dingoes. The Central Leeward Secondary have adopted the Warriors. Bethel High School as the Alphas, Georgetown Secondary, the Gladiators. So I would like to see the rest of the schools do the same thing. Adopt a team mascot. That being done would see persons who not only represent the school on sports teams, but the school community themselves would have some sort of an identity. I believe that this is something that can foster a sense of identity in the schools, a sense of pride to know that this school is the school I represent. And I think that would go a long way in fostering school spirit, competition, rivalry as well, because I mean, what is sports without some sort of rivalry?
Year 2 Engineering outplayed Year 1 ICT CET 5-2 in the French Veranda St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College Football Championship at the Cyan Hill playing field yesterday afternoon. 3 of the goals for Year 2 Engineering was scored by Sadan Simmons, while Darren Dopwell netted 2. McQueen Snag and Zavin Charles converted a goal each for Year 1 ICT CET. In yesterday afternoon's other match, Year 1 Engineering gained a 4-1 win over Year 2 Technical Business. Malik Ferdinand had 3 goals for Year 1 Engineering, and Aaron Collis scored 1, while Kimron Cruikshank scored a consolation goal for Year 2 Technical Business. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors and children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Make sure you have food, water, medicine, important documents, and cash in your survival kit.
We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course, you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. We got it. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
Welcome back to the evening sports. Vermont claimed a narrow 1-0 victory yesterday afternoon over Black Sands Pace Development in the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines Haroon Barley Football League at the Curtains playing field. Meanwhile, in the Sagicor Haroon Southeast Football Championship at the Stubbs playing field yesterday afternoon, 2 goals by Jaron Duffwell helped Big Tigger Brotherhood to a 5-4 victory over Real Investment Nature Boys. The other goals for Big Tigger Brotherhood were scored by Joel Jack, Steve Warren, and Aaron Jackson, while Diomaji Samuel netted a hat-trick and Mikey Douglas scored 1 for Real Investment Nature Boys. President of the SVG Cycling Union, the SVG Olympic Committee, and the Caribbean Cycling Federation, the UCI, Vincentian Trevor Bailey, was one of 4 persons awarded the UCI Merit of Distinction at the 188th Annual Congress of the International Cycling Federation, which took place on 27 September in Yorkshire, Great Britain during the 2019 UCI Road World Championships. The Congress also awarded 2 former UCI presidents, Brian Cookson and Pat McQuaid. President of the Malta Cycling Federation, John Zammit, was the 4th awardee. The UCI Merit of Distinction is in recognition of people who have demonstrated an exceptional commitment to cycling. And that's all we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Every girl loves curves. Curves is a girl's closest friend. When life throws you a fast curve, count on Curves for ultra confidence, ultra comfort for that time of the month. Curves ultra thin with wings, Curves regular maxi with wings, and Curves overnight maxi with wings. Super absorbent, best quality and value for money. Every girl loves Curves.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality. Jams Car Rental has a fleet of vehicles covering all transportation options you'll need to discover or rediscover SVG. Whether you want to head to the countryside, enjoy a special weekend, or take a trip to one of our national sites, we have just the right vehicle for you. Jams Car Rental, located in Edinburgh. Call us at 485-6620 or 529-6393.
We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course, you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. We got it. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
And now for a second look at the headlines. Superintendent of Prisons deems the latest prison break embarrassing and says measures are being enforced to prevent other escape attempts. Barbados government to introduce new anti-corruption legislation soon. U.S. President denounces impeachment investigations against him as a coup. And in sports, 3 candidates shortlisted for the position of full-time head coach for Windies men's team. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Yvette Bowens. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Conquer the streets anytime that we do it. Struggle what we face, we have to go fight through it. Real are the real, never counterfeit. Any challenge you face, we are gonna conquer it. Conquer we love in everywhere. Unstoppable, potent energy. Conquer the world each and every day. Whether night or day, we say conquer. Conquer the energy. Conquer with the remedy. Roaring like a lion. Conquer every day with conquer.
Conquer potent adult energy.
Shot for life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for life. A brand new home. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for life.
We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course, you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. We got it. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings.